Hi everybody, I am stepping well and truly out of my comfort zone today to do a video dressed like this. So this is massive for me, but the message is too important not to step out of my comfort zone. So why am I doing this video? I'm dressing like this today so you can see me using this device, and you can see how my body's moving and where it's impacting me. So first of all, I wrote a new page for my website this week under health and well-being, named Thermography, which gives you a video that I did on the day of my experience, why I did it, the whole process, and some information about areas of my health that I know need attention, which is linking into what I'm doing today to share with you. So I'll put that link in the YouTube description at the end before I put the video up. And I'll also put a link to my blog of where I was at in 2019 with my health. So I hope you'll go on to those to have a look. So it'll explain more about why I'm doing this now. But to just touch on some of it, the two things that I'm focusing on with what I'm going to show you today is my fascia and my lymphatic system. So the fascia, I only really became aware of that 3 or 4 years ago when I went to see a movement therapist, Chris Ball, in Salisbury. And I only went a few times. It was the journey. I was in such a lot of pain. But it was my first introduction to movement therapy, and it was just awesome. I learned so much. We take movement for granted, but when you can't move properly, you then realise, you need to do all you can to keep that flexibility going. So I'll give you an example. On one occasion, I was lay on his couch with my arm bolt upright in the air, and he asked me to relax. And in my mind and my body, I truly believed I was relaxed. And he let go of my arm and it just stayed upright. And it was almost as if my body was so, the sort of signals were so cut off that I'd forgotten how to move. And it's almost like I needed somebody to actually move my limbs to reprogram a muscle memory. That's the only way I can describe it, really. And that became progressively worse with my balance in particular. With the fascia, I'm not a medical person, so this is how I visualise fascia, for those of you that don't know, but you can look it up. There's loads on the internet. I view it as like this stringy, pliable egg white. And it's like a sheath that goes around all your internal body, your nerves, your blood vessels, your bones, your muscles, everything, your organs. And then different things can affect the fascia until it tightens up. And then obviously that's going to affect a lot of things, isn't it? So over my 10 years of looking for answers with my fibromyalgia pain, I've had quite a lot of hands-on body work from massage therapists, movement therapists, chiropractors, and everybody comments on how tight my fascia is. So in my non-medical mind, I'm thinking, okay, so if my fascia is supposed to be all stringy and helps you to move and breathe, and your ribs need to expand, don't they, for your lungs to expand, and I have a lot of problems, my diaphragm. So at the end of the day, your diaphragm is one big muscle, isn't it? So if you've got a tight fascia, everything is restricted. And I'm thinking, so that could then compress the nerves, your blood vessels, etc., etc. So that would affect your mobility, your circulation, the problems with, your pins and needles, all the typical symptoms that I was getting. And it was just a bit of a theory, really, that I'm still fascinated by. So I'm experimenting at the moment with something which I'm going to show you in a minute. Regards the lymphatic system, that came to my attention when I started my dental journey 6 years ago, and more so maybe I've discovered this over the last year, so I'm a newbie to all this. You know, there's a lot of people out there who know so much about this, and again, you can find loads online about the lymphatic system. So from a non-medical mind, I view it as a toilet system for my body. So anything that I absorb, ingest, you know, anything that's toxic, really, that doesn't support my health, that will, your organs, your liver, your kidneys, your pancreas, your spleen, all of these things will process it and flush it out. So when you've, even with my lifestyle, I've had decades of high stress, processed food, lack of sleep, poor hydration. So these organs, I feel, they're like clogged up. So if I'm ingesting and absorbing things that aren't supportive to me, my elimination organs can't get rid of them. So that's what your lymphatic system is, and it runs all around your body. And it highlighted for me because of my dental stuff. And on my thermography scan, you'll see on my website the images. You can see the areas of red in my neck, because all of your teeth have, you know, they connect to everything, which is why I'm doing my podcast, because I need people in the UK to understand how your teeth connect to the rest of your body and they can impact on your general health and your mental health. So anyway, tackling this whole thing of my health, which has been really, I suppose, over 30 years journey, but particularly the last 10 years. And now the dental stuff, it's sort of, you know, it started off 30 odd years ago, counselling, and then as health issues manifested, it became so much more. And when you're trying to tackle emotional processing, somatic therapy, nutrition, supplements, dental surgery, detox, movement, it is really overwhelming, and it can end up where I go into a freeze. I don't know if other people do who are in that position, and it just sends you into an overwhelm, which that isn't good for your health either. So I've decided to do one bit at a time and take it slow. Now I've already started on my journey for the emotional somatic stuff. I've been doing that a year now, and it's took me a year only to get to a place now where I'm really feeling I'm getting into the layers. So yeah, my cognitive functioning is not great, and I can't remember what I've said now, so excuse me if I'm repeating myself. But at the end of last year, my husband said to me, "What do you want for Christmas?" And I just thought, I want to be well. That's all I want. And what could I get to support me in my health journey? So I follow a nurse and a massage therapist in the States who is, she had chronic health issues and then had dental surgery, and she's so inspiring to me. And this video popped up of Pam on this vibration plate, and it flicked my memory right back to when I was going to Salisbury with Chris telling me to wobble. So I thought, oh, I wonder if I could get one of those. And I managed to find one secondhand. It only cost me £30 and it was a year old. So I thought, okay, well, let's have a go at that, because I'm wobbling. Pam's doing it to support her lymphatic system. So if I can do this for my lymphatics and my fascia, this can only be a good thing. So I've got it, and I'm going to do just a few minutes on it to show you. I would say, if you are going to get one of these, if you're seeing a chiropractor, a physio, or if not your doctor, make sure you check with them before you use one or get one, because when I had my second pregnancy, I had a lot of pelvic issues, and I've got a weakness in my sacral, so I don't want to do too much where I could do some more imbalance to my skeletal structure. So I'm only doing 5 minutes twice a day. That's all I'm doing. But a lot of people buy these just for fitness and muscle toneness and weight loss. So yeah, and it's just good because it doesn't take up a lot of space either. So I'm going to just show you it now, and hopefully you'll see me wobbling about, which is not a pretty sight, but anyway, needs must. And what I've found, I'll just step back and show you before I get on, because I can't speak properly when I'm on. When I'm on there, I don't have an instruction manual for this because the lady didn't have one, so I'm having to experiment with it. But if I stand up straight, I get a lot of impact on my glutes and my piriformis, and down the outside of my thighs. And then it doesn't take very long. It starts pulling all across my diaphragm area, which I'm looking at that as a good thing. I'm hoping it is. And then if I just bend over and slightly bend my knees, I'm very hypervigilant and hypersensitive, I think that's the word, of what's going on in my body. And when I change my positioning, I can feel where it's working in different areas. So if I slightly bend my knees, it works more on the inside of my leg. And then if I do it on a higher speed, I can feel it in my neck. So I'm just going to do maybe 4 minutes on it, and so you can just see how it works. So I don't know if you can hear me, but after about 2 minutes, the speed will go up a little bit. And I'm already feeling it here. Here and here. So that's now, particularly I'm feeling it here, but also going up into the sternum area. Yeah, so that's that. So it does go a lot faster than that, but I'm deliberately not doing that because I just want to be mindful of my pelvis at the moment. Yeah, so I hope you found that informative, and yeah, I'll put some links up in my YouTube description, and I'll see you all again soon. Take care, lots of love.